January 2003, the National Intelligence Council, which coordinates the U.S. intelligence agencies, issued a memo that forcefully debunked the uranium claim in unequivocal terms. Contrary to the NIE, this memo warned that the Niger story was baseless and should be laid to rest, according to the Post. Were you aware of the January 2003 memo from the National Intelligence Council? Did you receive it, and can you provide a copy to this committee?
I don't know whether I received it at the time or not. I don't have any recollection of it. I certainly don't have a copy of it today.
Your agency, the State Department, issued a so-called fact sheet to the United Nations stating that the Iraqi declaration, quote, ignores efforts to procure uranium from Niger, end quote. This was the first time the U.S. government made the Niger claim publicly. But by this time, the State Department had received the actual documents underlying the Niger claim, and your intelligence bureau was saying they were bogus. My question is why the United States was making false claims to the United Nations. Who put this claim into the State Department fact sheet?
I have no idea. I didn't participate in the drafting of the fact sheet. I first saw it for the first time, I believe, last year during my confirmation hearing.
If you were the top arms control official of the U.S. government, Iraq's nuclear program was the #1 arms control issue in the administration. Are you saying you played no role in this speech? You didn't help draft it? You never reviewed it?
That's correct. When I was undersecretary, I had 4 separate bureaus reporting to me. They did a lot of staff work on a lot of issues that never came to my attention, and appropriately so. I couldn't do all the work of the 600 people who reported to me.
For all intents and purposes, you're saying that they weren't under your control and that this was done without your knowledge?
This was a staff.
Yeah. Do you see the irony here, Mr. Ambassador? Do you see the irony here? We're trying to induce accountability with the UN. We're trying to tell Kofi Annan to get his act together and to take responsibility and to be accountable, and yet here we are on this merry-go-round about you have people under your supervision, but they're not under your control, and it's just under circumstances that would require very close scrutiny and supervision. This is an issue of major U.S. policy.
No, the preparation of a fact sheet, Congressman, is not a major issue of U.S. policy. This was a staff-level function done.
When we're making a decision whether or not to go to war because a foreign country, because Iraq is trying to acquire nuclear weapons, that is a major issue. That is a major issue.
Mr. Van Hollen,
this was
Mr.
not a policy issue of any significance. It was the preparation of a fact sheet to hand to the press about the Iraqi declaration of their weapons.
They were trying to persuade the Congress to approve the War Powers Act. That's what this is about.